Hell's Kitchen is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, as every chef dreams about owning their own Michelin star restaurant and being Gordon Ramsay's protege, and I imagine the extra $250,000 probably doesn't hurt either. So with that in mind, when the time comes for elimination, you would think most chefs would put up their fight of their lives, as literally their life could change for the better or worse depending on the outcome. But despite this incredible prize, some chefs have had pretty pathetic showings when trying to convince Ramsay they should stay. What's going on, guys? I'm FlynnMasters, and today we'll be looking at some of the worst elimination pleas in Hell's Kitchen history. Before we begin, if you love Hell's Kitchen and want to see more videos like this, then please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as I post weekly short and long form HK content, and every bit of support helps the channel. With all that said, let's take a look back at some of the most pathetic elimination pleas in Hell's Kitchen history.
Bloody hell, here I go again.
In episode 4 of season 4, the blue team put Matt, Craig, and Ben up for elimination. It was each of the three's first time up for elimination, so this was one of those rare cases where Ramsay might not have had his mind made up prior to the ceremony. However, right before Ramsay was about to make his decision, I think it's fair to say, Craig sealed his fate.
All three of you should walk through that door.
I'm just gonna keep giving you 100%, Chef. Every day.
I'll give you 125%, Chef.
I don't know percentages, but just over that.
It's Craig. Take your jacket off. And leave Hell's Kitchen. Ben, Matt, you both dodged that bullet. You two are barely here.
It's common in Hell's Kitchen for chefs to say the same repetitive thing over and over again during their pleas, such as they have passion, they can do better, and they are better than their competition. And while it definitely gets old after a while, Tony from season 6 took this generic plea to a whole new level.
I love to cook. I love to make things taste really good. I want to learn a lot. I wish I could have another chance.
Right.
Scott from season 7 is the definition of arrogant, as he constantly boasted about his status outside of Hell's Kitchen. And newsflash to Scott, Gordon Ramsay doesn't care about what you do outside of the competition, especially when you're constantly messing up like Scott did during the actual competition. But despite this, for 3 straight nomination ceremonies, Scott continued to say the same thing over and over again about how great he was, to the point where Ramsay literally couldn't take the BS.
I am the strongest leader you have here by far. I'm a leader, maybe to my detriment. I'm too concerned about helping everybody else out as a team effort. I'm gonna f everyone else now and think about myself. I come in and bust ass every day. I work harder than anyone else in the kitchen prep-wise. You can teach technique, you can't teach leadership. I have leadership abilities. If you need me to learn different techniques to be correct, I will do so. I'm a hard worker, obviously you know that. I just bust ass every day. I have a calmness about me during service no matter what the stresses bring. I'm the best cook in this team, the best leader in this team. I can accomplish
I can't take it anymore. Scott, give me your jacket. I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it. I kept waiting and I waited and waited, but it didn't happen. Good night.
Good night, Chef.
One thing that is a must for Ramsay when it comes to your plea is showing confidence, as yes, while it can be generic, any form of weakness is a bad sign for Chef Ramsay, as Chris from season 10 and Cameron from season 14 learned the hard way, giving some of the most pathetic pleas ever.
Chris, why do you think you should stay in Hell's Kitchen?
I think I should stay in Hell's Kitchen because I'm a strong cook. I have passion. I have desire to be here. No, seriously, Chef. I was frazzled. And I just got fucked up and I was in quicksand. I just kept sinking and sinking and sinking. I couldn't get my head out of it.
I'm deeply sorry that a non-stick pan and 3 scallops frazzled your mind. Chris, give me your jacket, please. If your mind is frazzled at this stage of the game, there's no way on earth you're going to Vegas, big boy.
Yes, Chef.
Are you all right?
Made a mistake.
I'm there to help, to make you look good.
You showed me, I know. I crumbled when you came over my shoulder. I'll be honest. You came over, you're intimidating. I lost it. I lost it.
I cannot fathom what's going on in your mind. You talk absolute, utter nonsense. Cameron was too intimidated to perform when I was watching him. So I did him a favor and made sure that he doesn't have to be around me anymore.
I think we should also add in some pleas that were bad despite not resulting in elimination. A couple of my favorites are Andrew, whose plea was so bad that Ramsay forced him to start over, and Tom, who literally admitted he wasn't the best cook on his team.
Well, I know we had our disagreements this evening.
We had a disagreement this evening. You cooked a salty risotto and sent it up to the hot plate. Start again.
I'm the sharpest, smartest guy here. I'm not the best cook, chef.
Time.
Even though Tom survived despite admitting he wasn't the best, Rob from season 8 and Elliot from season 19 both paid the price when they didn't confidently state that they were better than the person standing next to them.
I don't think I was the worst chef in the kitchen tonight.
Who was the worst chef in the kitchen tonight?
It's hard to say. I think it was a team effort on that.
You're avoiding the question. If you're not telling me who is the worst chef in the blue team, then I presume it's you. Elliot, are you a better chef than Drew?
Chef, we have skills in different places.
What the does that mean? Are you a better chef than Drew? Yes or no?
The answer is no, chef.
Give me your jacket. Drew, back in line.
Yes, chef.
You just made it easy for me. Good night.
Yes, chef.
Back to the topic of staying despite a bad plea, Virginia might take the cake for that honor, as after she had a miserable service, she basically admitted to Ramsey that she didn't have what it took to win, despite this literally being the final 4.
I have serious doubts on myself tonight. It makes me wonder, what kind of kitchen can I run if I can't even run a freaking vegetable station? I don't think I deserve to win Hell's Kitchen.
What are you saying?
What am I saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only reason why Virginia didn't go home here was due to her immunity win from the challenge, and Ramsey wanting to be a man of his word. Seriously, how did she make it to the final 2 over Keith again? One of the annoying parts about Hell's Kitchen is that even after 21 seasons, chefs will nominate who they think will be the overall weak link of the team down the road up for elimination, as opposed to someone who actually made service mistakes that night. And each and every time, Ramsey sends them back in line, sometimes even scolding the team for nominating them in the first place. However, in season 21, for one of the few times in Hell's Kitchen history, this strategy actually worked. After a horrible dinner service, Ramsey instructed the newly formed red team to nominate 3 people for elimination. However, despite Alyssa, Summer, and Daphne being the main culprits, only Alyssa was nominated, along with Nicole and Mindy, as the red team saw them as the weakest links. But just when all hope seemed lost for Alyssa, Nicole spared her due to her horrendous nomination plea.
Second time up here, why should you stay in Hell's Kitchen?
I was prepared for this evening.
I didn't ask whether you're prepared or not. I'm asking you, why should you stay? Did you cook anything on garnish tonight?
I did start. The garnishes for salmon and for lamb. I didn't see much of her.
It felt like you were hiding tonight. Nicole. Young lady, give me a jacket. The last time you were in front of me, you gave me a passionate plea. And tonight, all night, from the beginning, in the middle, to the end, I didn't feel that passion. Good night.
Thank you.
But in my eyes, without question, the most pathetic nomination plea of all time comes from Tiffany at the final 11 of season 10, given one of the most infamous bad answers in reality TV history.
I feel like Tiffany doesn't care about standards, she doesn't care about technique, she doesn't care about service, she doesn't care, chef.
Do you care?
I do care.
How much on a scale of 1 to 10?
I care a scale of 1 to 10, like a 9.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video of the worst pleas in Hell's Kitchen history. If you liked it and want to see more fun HK content like this, then please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and leave a comment down below of what you think the worst plea of all time is. With all that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.
Get out of there.